It was a Monday, I think. Nothing special about it. I was back home visiting my sister, Sarah. Took some leave. Lord knows I needed it after the last deployment cycle. Just wanted some peace, you know? Some of Mama's cooking Sarah tries to. Copy, bless her heart. Some quiet evenings on the porch swing. I wasn't General Clara Downey then. I was just Clara, Sarah's big sister. Trying to unwind, I'd borrowed Sarah's car, an older sedan, nothing fancy, to pick up some groceries. She needed buttermilk for biscuits, and I just wanted to feel normal. Driving down familiar streets, humming along to the radio. I was wearing jeans and an old college sweatshirt. No uniform, no medals, no sign of the 3 stars I carry on my shoulders most days. Just me. I was pulling away from the curb near Miller's Grocery, maybe a block down. Checked my mirrors. Signaled, pulled out nice and slow. Then, bam! Flashing lights fill up my rearview mirror. Blue and red, pulsing. My heart did that little jump it does, even after all these years. You never get used to that feeling, I guess. I pulled over right away, nice and smooth. Hands on the wheel at 10 and 2, just like they teach you. Window down before he even got out of the patrol car. 2 officers, young, white. One approached. My window. The other hung back by the passenger side, hand near his weapon. Standard procedure, I know the drill. But there was something in the way the first one walked up, a kind of swagger, an impatience. It set my teeth on edge. License. And registration, he said. No, hello. No, do you know why I pulled you over? Just flat, hard. Good afternoon, officer, I said, keeping my voice even, calm. Years of training kick in, even when you're just Clara in her sister's old car. Is there a problem? I reached slowly for my purse on the passenger seat. License and registration, he repeated, louder this time, leaning down a bit, peering into the car like he expected to find a smuggled elephant. Yes, sir. Getting them now? I said. I handed them over. My driver's license, Clara E. Downey. The registration for Sarah's car. He took them, barely glanced at them. His eyes scanned me up and down, like he was looking at me, but like he was. Looking for something. Something wrong. Something that confirmed whatever idea he already had in his head. What are you doing in this neighborhood? He asked. His tone wasn't curious. It was accusing. This neighborhood? I grew up 3 streets over. Sarah's lived here for 15 years. Visiting my sister, sir. I was just at the grocery store. This your car? It's my sister's car, officer. The registration shows her name and address right here on Elm Street. I tried to keep the edge out of my voice, but it was getting harder. That stone in my chest was starting to form. He shone his flashlight into the back seat. Just grocery bags. Buttermilk, flour, some greens. Step out of the vehicle, ma'am. My breath. Caught, officer, why? Did I do something wrong? Step out of the vehicle now. His voice was sharp, commanding. The other officer moved closer. This is where it gets blurry and sharp all at the same time. I remember the feeling of the pavement under my sneakers. The way the afternoon sun felt too bright. The sound of traffic going by. People probably watching. From their windows, and the shame. Hot, stinging shame burning my cheeks. Why? For buying buttermilk. For driving while black in a neighborhood I called home. Turn around. Hands behind your back. My mind was racing. Stay calm, Clara. Don't resist. Don't give them any reason. But another part of me, the part that had commanded thousands, That had faced down threats far more dangerous than this. That part was screaming. This was wrong. My voice trembled a little. I hated that. We got a report, he said. Vaguely, someone matching your description. Suspicious activity. My description? A black woman in jeans and a sweatshirt. How specific. The cold metal clicked around my wrist. Tight. Too tight. It bit into my skin. The second cuff snapped shut. I stood there, on the side of the road I grew up on, handcuffed. Like a common criminal. The humiliation felt like a physical blow. The years of service, the sacrifices, the dedication, wiped away in an instant. In their eyes, I wasn't a decorated officer. I was just a problem to be contained. He started patting me down. Rough. Impersonal. It felt violating. I closed my eyes for a second, just trying to breathe, trying to hold on to some shred of dignity, trying not to let the tears that were stinging my eyes fall. What's your occupation, ma'am? The first officer asked, almost as an afterthought, while the second one was radioing something in. Still holding my license, I took a deep breath. This wasn't how I wanted it to happen. I didn't want to pull rank. It felt cheap, somehow. Like using a shield I shouldn't need. But the cold metal on my wrists, the burning shame, the utter injustice of it. I couldn't just stand there. I opened my eyes. I looked straight at him. I made my voice steady, calm, the way I sound when I'm giving orders that brook no argument. I am a general in the United States Army, I said. Quietly but clearly. He froze, mid-pat down. He blinked. Then he actually chuckled, a short, disbelieving sound. Yeah, right. And I'm the president. The other officer, the one on the radio, stopped talking. He looked over at us, then down at the license he was still holding. Clara E. Downey. Maybe the name clicked? Maybe something in my tone finally registered past his assumptions. Sir, the second officer said, his voice suddenly uncertain. He walked over, showed the first officer the license again. Maybe he ran my name through a system. I don't know. All I know is the first officer's face went slack. The swagger vanished. His eyes widened, flicking from the license to my face, then down to the cuffs digging into my wrists. The color drained from his face. General, he stammered. The word sounded foreign coming out of his mouth, like he couldn't quite wrap his head around it. Yes, officer. General Clara E. Downey. Silence. Thick, awkward silence. The traffic seemed louder now. I could feel eyes on us. The other officer fumbled for his key. His hands were shaking as he unlocked the handcuffs. Ma'am, General, we didn't. The first officer stuttered. He couldn't finish. A sentence. He looked terrified. Not of me, I realized. Of the trouble he was in. The cuffs came off. My wrists throbbed. Red marks were already forming. I rubbed them slowly, looking from one officer to the other. Their whole attitude had changed in an instant. Suddenly, I wasn't suspicious. Suddenly, I was, ma'am. I was General. There must have been a mistake the second. Officer mumbled, the call, misidentification. Your mistake, I said. My voice low but carrying, was seeing my skin color, not a person. You saw a threat where there was none. You didn't see a citizen, someone visiting her family, someone who grew up here. You saw a black woman and you assumed the worst. They stood there speechless. Looking down, looking anywhere but at me. Does my rank make me less suspicious now? I asked. Does it change the fact that you put handcuffs on me for driving down the street? What if I wasn't a general? What if I was just Clara Downey, a woman buying buttermilk for her sister? Would I still be in cuffs? Would I be in the back of your car right now? Oh, answer. Just shuffling feet and mumbled apologies that sounded hollow, panicked. Give me back my license and registration, I said. My voice was flat now, empty. The anger had drained away, leaving behind something heavier. A deep, weary sadness. He handed them back, careful not to touch my fingers. You can go, ma'am. General. I didn't say another word. I got back. Into Sarah's car. My hands were shaking now. I gripped the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white. I could see them in my rearview mirror standing there. Watching me drive away, I drove the block back to Sarah's house, parked the car, and just sat there for a long time. The bag of groceries beside me. The buttermilk felt suddenly pointless. Later, telling Sarah, the tears finally came. Not tears of fear or humiliation anymore, but tears of grief. Grief for the fact that after all these years, after all I'd achieved, my uniform, my rank, sometimes it felt like it didn't matter. 'Cause when some people look at me, all they see is black. That stone in my chest, still there. A reminder that the uniform can be taken off. My skin can't. And a reminder that the battles fought overseas are sometimes easier than the ones fought right here. On the streets you call home. Reminds me why I serve, yes, but it also reminds me how much work we still have to do. So much work.